Welcome back to LimQ Plus, everyone. On this channel, I'm 100%ing Breath of the Wild by a bit every day until Tears of the Kingdom, the sequel, comes out, which is today in 105 days. We're getting so close now to the 100-day mark. I remember when we just passed the 200-day mark, and I was like, before we know it, it's only going to be 100 days, and before we know it, it's suddenly only going to be a month, and in 10 days, and suddenly the game is going to be here. So I guess that's good news. Today, I wanted to talk about a video that I watched this morning that not only made me even more excited than it being 105 days, but kind of gave me like a really good outlook for this year. And this is just a little bit of an outlook to 2023's video games. The video I was watching was actually Atriox's video about like this year, 2023 in general, and overall outlook, with a lot of negative stuff as well, but I don't want to focus on that today. I want to focus on all of the video games that not only are already confirmed to be coming out, but that I think will be coming out, and I think are a nice thing to look forward to on days where we might not feel the best in the year. The year obviously just started, but I think there's going to be a nice reminder for that the fact that this year I think has a lot of potential. Starting with the obvious one, Tears of the Kingdom, going to be out in 105 days, and we will probably get a Nintendo Direct soon giving us more information, and not only more information on that game in particular, but also on what else Nintendo has to offer for us. We already know that in April, I think it's April 7th, we get the Super Mario movie, which I will personally, some people ask me about my opinion on it. I'm not the most excited about it. I think a lot of people think the movie looks pretty good, and I think it looks good enough, but I don't think it's going to be something that I'm really going to be super excited about. I'm probably going to watch it with my little half-sister. She might have more fun than me. Maybe I recognize some like nice little Easter eggs that they put in the movie and get a laugh out of it. The music sounded pretty nice, but I don't think the story is going to be like mind-blowing. I think it's going to be like a fun family experience, but that's pretty much all I'm expecting from that movie. That being said, though, I think when it comes to Nintendo, we have a pretty good chance that this year we will get at least the announcement of a new system. Just recently, I've heard new news that apparently the production of the Switch is going to be once again increased. And there's going to be more Switches in production. We've seen the early leak of a Tears of the Kingdom Switch OLED, so this might be wrong, and I really don't think we're going to get a new console this year, but I think we might get the first confirmed information about something being in the works. And what I also think we're going to be getting is a new Mario game. Now, I really hope, personally, maybe some people disagree with me, that we won't get Mario the movie, the game. I'm personally, I mean, maybe they completely blow me out of the water with it and the gameplay ends up being super fun, but I don't really see a world where I'm super into Mario the movie, the game. I do hope that we get a another 3D Mario, either by the likes of Galaxy 3 or some sort of at least spiritual successor to Odyssey, which, if you guys don't know yet, was actually my first game that got me into speedrunning and has a special place in my heart. But we'll see. I do think there's a pretty good chance that we'll get that. Now, let's get to more games that are, well, technically confirmed for 2023 that I'm really looking forward to. And that's going to be Hollow Knight Silksong now. At this point, because at the very rare times we hear anything about Silksong, people get super excited and then take this information for granted. Or take this information very seriously, and then we don't hear anything about the game. The last official news we've had from Silksong and Team Cherry is that the game is going to come out sometime before July this year, with last year's Game Pass announcement. I don't know where this information stands currently. I know there's channels like this channel that are reporting daily on Silksong news, which get like new information once a year. Very high respect to these channels that have been uploading for hundreds of days, providing people with daily Silksong news, which usually are not existent. But I think it's a pretty good chance, at least, that we're going to be getting our hands on this game this year, which is going to be, once again, a huge deal for gaming. I can't wait to see the amount of speedruns and challenge runs we'll get out of it. I haven't even mentioned this for Tears of the Kingdom, but obviously the amount of challenge and speedruns and just the content, the gaming content that we're going to be getting for these games is just incredible. And I can't wait. And these are only 2 games. The Mario game, if it was to be announced, I don't know if it would come out this year. Maybe it would be... We don't really have any idea what the Nintendo holiday title this year will be. It's probably not going to be Pokemon, since they just released the full game. Then again, with their recent trend, they might as well just bust out a new Pokemon game out of nowhere again, and who knows how that's going to be. But I honestly doubt that. That being said, we haven't talked about Metroid yet, which a lot of people are also very much looking forward to. We haven't really heard about that game. That's a potential 2023 release. So I think this year is extremely exciting. Another thing that I think is almost guaranteed is that we're going to be getting some form and some sort of Elden Ring DLC. Game of the Year in 2022. From Software has already announced that they're working on Armored Core, a different sort of game coming out at least sometime later this year. I think during the Game Awards it was teased for 2023, so that's a potential interesting title, even though originally these games, I've looked into them, were not something that I'm personally super interested in, but at least that's something to keep your eye on. From Software hasn't really disappointed in recent years, even if this game is looking to be something drastically different. Now, we have all of these news from Nintendo, all of these news from potential From Software. Again, Elden Ring DLC, something that I would be looking forward to a lot because I would be interested in potentially speedrunning it. We are most likely getting our hands on Hollow Knight Silksong. And last but not least, something that I want to talk about, which is a series that has a, not a series, but a developer that has a special place in my heart ever since 2021, is Hazelight, who made... For example, It Takes Two, which was Game of the Year in 2021, which is honestly a video game that reignited my passion for games. I think when the pandemic originally started in 2020, suddenly everyone had so much free time. I didn't really feel like streaming as much at the time because everything was just so depressing, and I know a lot of people felt similar at the time. Also, I need to figure out where I'm going. This is actually not where I'm going. How does the 100% route work again? I think you go up here and then you technically do the shrine. I guess we do have to get the shrine out of the ground. Might as well get that done today as I'm wrapping up my thoughts on this. Because if I don't get the shrine out of the ground, I don't get the percentage marker for it. So that's a good thing to do today. But once again, I think it's time for them to announce another game. It Takes Two was beautiful for me. It reignited my passion for video games. It was a game that I purely played for fun and for fun exclusively. I think as a speedrunner, and if you guys do speedruns or challenge runs yourselves, maybe you have noticed a similar trend for you in the past. It seems easy to take games too seriously sometimes and to try and optimize every single game you play. That's at least an issue that I've been running into. So sometimes playing a game for just for fun, and that's all you're playing it for, just to have a good time, is honestly rare. And that's not necessarily a bad thing, because at the end of the day, I enjoy min-maxing games. I enjoy min-maxing my Genshin Impact account. I enjoy speedrunning. I enjoy building characters to their maximum potential. Like, that sort of stuff. And that's honestly what's most fun to me, but sometimes I think I need that, the pure joy, the pure for fun gaming, and It Takes Two really did that for me. And I hope that Hazelight is going to be putting out another co-op game in a similar fashion that gives me that same feeling. That's really what I wanted to cover for things that I'm looking most forward to 2023 and why I believe 2023 will be one, if not the best year for gaming we've seen in a long time. There's multiple games that I haven't even mentioned yet, from Resident Evil remakes to which a lot of people are looking forward to even more games. Also, why is this one Goron is kind of bugged? He's just not looking at me. Huh? Okay, he just turned around. Also, in case you don't know this yet, little bit of a... Actually, I can't do it because I don't have a two-hand weapon. Wait, does it work with this weapon? I've never tried this. This is gonna be a first-time test. Normally, if you do a spin attack... Okay, it doesn't. Normally, if you do a spin attack... on this platform, you extinguish the fire. Thankfully, I had a flame potion anyway, so I'm not gonna be taking damage. Also, I'm so sad that the wind cleaver here sucks, because it's such a cool weapon, but unfortunately, it's not very good. I kind of want to have it equipped more, just to look cool. But But yeah, those were the games that I wanted to cover. I just had one other thought in my mind about something that I maybe briefly wanted to mention when it comes to games for this year. But let me know what you're looking forward to. That's what I'm interested in. Is there any game that you already know is coming out this year that you're going to be enjoying a lot? Oh, Hades 2. I almost forgot about this one. I don't know if we're going to be getting the full release, but I think we're going to at least get some sort of early access. The first Hades I put 100 hours into in like 2 weeks. Playing the game so much, absolutely having a great time around Christmas time in like 2020. So that was amazing. And I can't wait for the second part of that game either. But let me know what games you have your eyes on. I'm assuming a lot of you that are watching this channel, obviously on Tears of the Kingdom, and potentially also on Silksong. I think the Hollow Knight and Breath of the Wild fan base have quite a bit of overlap. But yeah, let me know. Maybe I'm gonna find a game that I'm gonna be looking forward to now that I wasn't even aware of, that I didn't have on the radar. 2023, in my opinion, when it comes to video games, is incredibly promising, and I just wanted to kind of share this positive outlook with you today because I was getting excited. That being said, Tears of the Kingdom tomorrow is gonna be out in 104 days. I'm gonna be back with another video, ending today's session at 55.74%. Getting closer and closer. Thank you for watching, and I will see you tomorrow.